Picture this. You're a hard-working farmer, 52 years old. Been walking the same backfields every morning for 30 years. Same dew on the corn stalks. Same distant hum of tractors from neighboring farms. Same quiet life you've always known. But on this particular crisp autumn morning, something is wrong. You crest a small rise in the far corner of your property. A spot so secluded most people don't even know it exists. And you stop dead in your tracks. There, carved perfectly into the earth, is a grave. 6 feet long, 6 feet deep, rectangular. Shovel marks still fresh in the walls. The dirt piled neatly beside it, like whoever dug it took their time and did it right. And at the head of the hole stands a crude wooden cross, burned into the wood with something hot, your full name, and today's date. The soil is still loose. No footprints leading away that you can see. No tools left behind. Just the hole, waiting, like, who would do this? And why? And that was that. If you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, you've come to the right place, because that's exactly what we do here. And today's story is about a man named Harlan who woke up one ordinary morning and discovered that someone had already prepared his final resting place, right on his own land. Stick around till the end, because what investigators uncovered after that grave was filled back in will make you look twice at every quiet rural road you've ever driven down. Let's get into it. Harlan Thompson was the kind of man small towns are built on. 52 years old, tall, quiet, strong from decades of physical labor. He ran a fourth-generation family farm in a tight-knit county in the rural Midwest. Corn, soybeans, a few head of cattle. Nothing flashy, just honest work from sunup to sundown. Neighbors described him the same way every time. Reliable, generous when someone needed help baling hay or fixing a fence in the middle of the night. Not the type to start trouble, not the type to have enemies. He lived on the property with his wife, Sarah, and their 2 grown kids who had already moved out to nearby towns. The farmhouse was old but well kept, the barn weathered, the long gravel driveway lined with maple trees that turned brilliant red every fall. Life was steady, predictable, exactly how Harlan liked it. There had been a few odd things in the county recently. Some mailboxes smashed, a couple of barns tagged with graffiti, teenagers up to no good, folks said. Nothing serious. Nothing that would make a man like Harlan lose sleep, until that October morning in 2022. Harlan did his usual walk of the back 40 acres just after sunrise. He liked checking the fences and the irrigation lines before the day got busy. It was peaceful, solitary. But when he reached that far southeast corner, a low spot shielded by a line of old oaks, he saw it, the hole, perfect, professional looking almost, like someone who knew exactly what they were doing had spent hours there in the dark. And that handmade cross, rough pine, letters burned deep. Harlan Thompson, October 12th, 2022. He stood there for a long minute, just staring. Then he pulled out his phone and called the county sheriff. Sheriff's deputies arrived within the hour. They took photos, measurements, samples of the soil. The grave was textbook. 6 feet deep, perfectly squared corners. Whoever dug it had even braced the walls so they wouldn't collapse. No footprints around the perimeter, that made sense. The ground was firm except right at the hole. It was like the digger had appeared, done the work, and vanished without a trace. Harlan filled it in himself later that afternoon with help from a couple of neighbors and a backhoe. He didn't want it sitting there like an open wound on his land. They packed the dirt down tight, removed the cross, and tried to go back to normal. But normal was already gone. Word spread fast in a town of less than 3,000 people. By evening, Harlan's phone was ringing off the hook. Neighbors offering theories, probably bored kids, maybe someone with a sick sense of humor. Land dispute from years back? Harlan wasn't laughing. He was quiet, thoughtful, the kind of quiet that told Sarah something was deeply wrong. 2 nights later, around 2:17 a.m., Harlan woke up suddenly. He heard it, the sound of metal hitting earth. Rhythmic, steady, coming from somewhere outside. He grabbed his shotgun, told Sarah to stay inside and call the sheriff if he wasn't back in 5 minutes, and stepped out onto the porch. The sound was coming from near the barn, closer to the house this time. He moved carefully through the dark, heart pounding. When he rounded the corner of the barn, flashlight cutting through the night, there it was, another hole, smaller this time, shallower, but freshly dug, and another crude cross stuck in the dirt. This one had 2 names burned into it. Harlan Thompson, and right below it, Sarah Thompson. The next morning, the sheriff's department installed temporary security cameras around the property. Harlan and Sarah barely slept, and that was just the beginning. Over the following days, the threats became more personal. A note appeared under the windshield wiper of Harlan's truck while it was parked in town. Some secrets should stay buried, yours won't. Security footage from the new cameras showed almost nothing, just static and strange shadows as the exact times the digging happened. No clear figure, no vehicle. Like whoever was doing this knew exactly where the blind spots were. Then came the 3rd hole. This one appeared behind the house, only 30 yards from the back porch. Dug in broad daylight while Harlan was out running errands. Sarah had been inside doing laundry and heard nothing. Inside this newest pit, investigators found something that turned the case from a sick prank into something much darker. Personal items. Harlan's old pocket watch, the one his grandfather gave him, the one he thought he'd lost years ago while working in the fields. A stack of old family photos, pictures from Harlan and Sarah's wedding, from their kids' childhoods, and a few more recent ones taken through the windows of their own home. And at the bottom of the hole, carefully wrapped in plastic, a single spent shotgun shell, the same brand and gauge Harlan kept in his own gun cabinet. Forensic teams went over everything: soil samples, tool marks on the wood of the crosses, fingerprints, none. DNA, nothing usable. The investigation widened. Deputies started digging into Harlan's past. Old land disputes from when his father ran the farm, a business partner from 15 years earlier who felt cheated in a sale, a former hired hand who left on bad terms after an argument, but nothing seemed to fit perfectly. Harlan himself began to change. He grew more withdrawn, jumped at small sounds, started carrying a gun even when walking his own fields. Then came the anonymous tip to the sheriff's office. A voice on the phone, disguised, muffled, said only this: "Ask Harlan about what really happened to his brother in 1998. That phone call cracked the case open, but not in the way anyone expected. Harlan had a younger brother named Caleb who died in 1998. Official story, hunting accident. Caleb was out alone, tripped and his shotgun discharged. Tragic, open and shut. But when pressed, Harlan finally admitted there had always been rumors in the family. Whispers that it wasn't an accident, that there had been bad blood between the brothers over who would inherit the full farm. Money, jealousy, old resentments that never quite died. Investigators reopened the 1998 file. New interviews, old witnesses who were now willing to talk after decades of silence. What emerged was messy, inconclusive. Caleb's death was reclassified as suspicious, but no charges were ever filed, no proof. Meanwhile, the digging stopped as suddenly as it started. No more holes, no more crosses, no more notes. After weeks of intense surveillance and community pressure, the sheriff announced they had a suspect, a distant relative with a long-standing grudge over old family land that was never properly divided when Harlan's father passed. The man had a history of petty vandalism and had been seen in the area around the right times. He was questioned, his property searched, tools seized, but the evidence was circumstantial at best. No confession, no smoking gun. The suspect was never charged with the grave-digging incidents. The holes were filled in for good, the crosses destroyed. Life on the Thompson farm slowly returned to a kind of uneasy normal, but Harlan never walked the back fields alone again. And to this day, if you ask people in that quiet county what really happened, you'll get different answers. Some say it was just a twisted form of revenge. Someone who knew Harlan's secrets and wanted to torment him with the idea of his own death. Others whisper something darker, that the timing, the precision, the lack of evidence, and the way the digger seemed to know exactly when and where to strike felt almost too perfect, too impossible for one angry man working alone at night. And then there's the final detail that still keeps some locals up at night. On the morning after the last hole was filled, Harlan found one more thing, a small wooden cross, no bigger than his hand, leaning against the front door of the farmhouse. No name this time, just today's date, and the words burned underneath. Next time, it won't be empty. So what started as a quiet morning walk on land his family had owned for generations ended with a man staring down at his own grave and a shadow hanging over his entire life that no one could fully explain. The strange, dark, and mysterious. Sometimes the scariest graves aren't the ones we end up in. They're the ones dug for us while we're still walking around, by someone who knows exactly what we've buried. If this story left you feeling a little unsettled, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe for more stories like this every week, and drop a comment. What would you do if you walked out onto your own property and found your name already carved on a fresh grave? I read every single one. Until next time, stay safe out there. And that was that.